What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with Heart and Hustle Houston, Season 2, Episode 7, The Bone Collector. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so it can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. Y'all, I am on the road to 1K. I am trying to get there. So comment, share, like, do all of the things. I'm just trying to get to 1K, okay? Okay, so yes, I'm trying to get to 1K. All right, hold on, y'all, 1 second. So before I start this review, let me say this, because I will go on a hill because I was all the way wrong. Now about Labrina, I dragged Labrina by her scalp when I knew deep down it was fucking Chloe. I knew deep down in the pits of me that was fucking Chloe. But I was like, okay, Labrina, because it looked like all roads lead to Labrina. I'ma say this: you was still wrong for meeting up with Josh, and you was still wrong for making that Precious comment. I will say that. Labrina, it seems like Chloe started that comment, and I need production to put the whole shit together. Okay? No, it seemed like Manera didn't know the name of the actress Gabrielle Sidibe, and then Chloe started it. But it was, when it came out of Manera's mouth, it wasn't malicious. When it came out of Chloe's mouth, it meant to be messy. And then when it came out of Labrina's mouth, it meant to be messy. Like, y'all was shading this lady. Like, I don't care what nobody say, y'all too was shading this lady. Okay? That's it. That's all. Alright, so my bad. I'm sorry, Labrina. I dragged you by your scalp, and I'm woman enough to come back up here and be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I ain't, I dragged you by your scalp, girl. My bad. You choose to do what you will with that apology, but girl, my bad. Okay? My bad. I knew it was Chloe deep. Something told me, do not take your good eye off Chloe. Okay? Do not take your third eye off Chloe. Do not take the cockeyed off Chloe. Because it was Chloe. But I went against my better judgment. Chloe, you was a messy hoe. You messy, Chloe. You been messy. You been messy since season 1. You been messy, girl. Anyway, so Ashley LaToya, the episode starts with Ashley LaToya and Labrina. They all meet up because Ashley invited the ladies to her food tasting for the opening for her new restaurant to come to her, opening for her new restaurant. I'm not sure if it's open now, but at the time it was, they were getting things prepared so they can eventually open. So they talk about Rose's event, and they talk about how good the event was. So we actually find out the root of the issue, and it was Chloe, which was said last week, and it was said the week before last, even at the therapy session. Labrina said it was Chloe. Nobody said anything. So we get down to Manera's family dinner. As they are preparing for this family dinner, she tells Norm how nonchalant he is about the situation. Norm says that he tries to stay out of people's business. And she asks Norm, do you really give a damn? He laughed it off. Initially, Manera's mom was going to attend, but she decided not to. She said that she didn't want to play nice when it's not like that. And so I get it. Whatever this man did, he may have hurt her pretty bad. And so if it were me, I would have just said no initially, but I think she said yes just to satisfy Manera. I think she did. I think she said yes just to satisfy Manera, but when the closer the time came, I think she was just like, no, I'm not doing it, and I'm not mad at her for saying no. So she says in her confessional, Manera says in her confessional that Norm is a little bit too excited for her mom not to attend the dinner, and that's what's irritating to her. And I feel like, once again, it's statements like this that we need more context between your mother and Norm. I feel like we're missing something. Like, what is the real issue between your mom and Norm? Anyway, Mama Chi, I'm gonna call her Mama Chi Chi. Okay, Mama Chi Chi says she don't want to pretend like they're a big happy family, and I'm for that. Like, I'm not finna sit and pretend because I have to sit in front of somebody who has hurt me. So no, I'm not finna do that for the sake of you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't like him, and I'm not mad at it. She didn't say that, but it's just, yeah, I just don't think people should be doing things that is energetically unhealthy to them, that's mentally and physically unhealthy for them. And that is how I feel. So Manera is irritated, and she tells Norm, she should have just skipped the dinner and all. He said, I tried to tell you this. I feel like you should have canceled this dinner, but you're in search of something from your father, and you're frustrated at your mom. I feel like you're frustrated, in my opinion. You're frustrated at your mom because she won't go along with this. You're frustrated at Norm because you want him to have this care, and he just don't. And I feel like your energy is frustrating, and it's like not over the top, but you're frustrated. And your energy is like trying to shift over to Norm. And I feel like you're low-key trying to take it out on him. It's transference of energy. Don't do that. Anyway, the dads show up. And again, I just wouldn't. Like, everybody always say he's your dad. He's this. Yeah, no, I don't subscribe to any of that. If I want you around, that's because I actually want you around. So anyway, the girls made their grandfather. One of the girls drew a picture for their grandfather. And it was really, really cute. So fine. So then we get to Ashley. Ashley's opened a steak and seafood restaurant in, I forget what area in Houston, but she's opening a steak and seafood restaurant. Her husband, Brad, owns his own production company, but she wants him home more, and he wants to have a baby. And I'm just like, this lady is already over the top busy, and she already has 2 littles. What is she going to do with a 3rd little? And again, I'm never for y'all squeezing babies into a woman that's already busy. I don't understand that. It's like y'all want to continuously slow them down, but that's fine. Anyway, shout out to Ashley because she's a therapist Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. She sees her clients, but Thursday through Saturday, she's at Allure's Bar and Lounge. I don't know how she's going to squeeze the steak and seafood place open. I don't know what time it's going to be open, but I do feel like, I don't know if she has a general manager over at Allure, but maybe she needs a GM to really just oversee some things, and just put people in place to oversee some things. I don't know about the restaurant business, but just to kind of take more of the burden off of her, because when she's home, she has to take care of the kids because he's always on the road and gone. And so she has to be attentive to the littles because they can't take care of themselves. And you have her having to give mentally attention to her clients. And that is a lot. That is a lot to sit in here, and we don't know how heavy her caseload is. We don't know if she has her own or if she worked for like a third party, but it's still, in all, it doesn't matter. It's still a lot when you have to hear other people's things. That's a lot. So then we get to Rose, Sophia, and Javon. Rose let us know that she met Javon when she was actually in a relationship with somebody else, and then they finally became, both her and Javon finally became single. After that, they actually started to date, and then they broke up because he had a lot of things going on. Now, Rose was pregnant when they broke up. She said that he had a lot of things going on, and these things that were happening changed him as a person, and that was a lot. And when you're pregnant and you're having to deal with all of that, that's a lot. So I get it. She said the relationship between her and Javon are strained, and it seemed like they can very well be good co-parenting. They just have to get there. They just have to do the work. They're now figuring out co-parent. They're figuring out the co-parenting situation, which is why they're there. Ro thinks that they should start with therapy, and I agree. And when I do look at them, I actually think that a third party would actually help. Why? Because they both have strong personalities. And I think with two strong personalities, they clash. They're not hearing, so they're clashing. It's like I'm saying one thing, but the person that's hearing it, they hear something else. And they're just clashing. So I'm thinking they will be great to have family therapy, even for Sophia. And I feel like Sophia will have the ability to convey how she feels as well. So I think that this will be good, and I think it would be good to be able, and even if it's like, it could be private, but it would be good to like even sit in those, that like have the cameras come into a session or two and see. But overall, the continuation of their therapy, and to see the outcome of it, because again, when you look at those two, you can tell that there was a friendship there. You can tell something was there. So I think that they'll be on the right track. I think if they stay on this path of therapy, I think that they'll be okay. And I think that this is good. So we get down to Chloe, Ro, and Latoria, and they're catching up with each other about Ro's event. Hold on one second. Chloe says that Ashley, she talks about the ladies, and she says how she thinks Ashley is a freak, and she asks, do she think everybody is happily married? And I feel like, again, this is not your place. It's really not your business. Like, if these people are not happily married, that's on them. Like, and y'all, I don't mean to come off as if I don't care, but honestly, it doesn't affect you. So anyway, Ro was like, no. And the truth of the matter is, Chloe, that does lends a good question. And the truth of the matter is, nobody's happily married. Like, things go on in a marriage, and you're not gonna always be happy. However, Chloe, it just felt like, it didn't feel like the way you were asking it, that it was coming from a good place. Because you said in your confessional, not what you said in your confessional. You said a married sex life is supposed to be spunky, funky, and nasty. And that is fine. And that depends on a couple. That is not what you say. It just depends on a couple and how their love language in their life is. She said these ladies don't have it, and they don't have it with their husbands. But how do you know? Are you in a bedroom with them? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's the assumption of it. It's, you can't assume these things. Anyway, Chloe tells the ladies that Labrina and Will ain't doing it. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. However, should she have said that? No. But should Labrina have brought Josh to talk about Elena? Hell no. Okay. All right. So, Labrina, no, not Labrina. Latoria tells Chloe and Ro that Labrina said it was Chloe that made the comment of the Precious, because we're back at the Precious comment again. Chloe said that Chloe was like, you know what, roll the tape. Production showed that it was Labrina. Well, production is pissing me off because we need them to play the entire tape. Because when Chloe said play the tape, y'all telling us what Labrina said. When Labrina talks about it, y'all saying the part that like y'all not playing the whole entire thing, and we need this whole thing played in its entirety from the beginning to the end so we can know. All we know is they both had their hands in it, and now we're knowing that Manera made a comment, but she didn't know the lady's name. We just need to put it all together. Production, you need to show the whole thing. Anyway, it felt like Chloe was the one who actually started that whole thing. And then Labrina said what she said. So Latoria is at the point where she's tired of talking about it. We're tired of bringing it up. But I also feel like, not Labrina. So did I say Latoria? Latoria, is it that? Or is it the fact that you don't want to check Chloe on it and you want to believe that Labrina is lying? Because it's clear. It's very clear. If you ask production, she said it. Anyway, Labrina meets up with Ashley. And so they talk about how their husbands want to have babies. And I'm just like, I stopped listening because I feel like these women are boss women. I really don't like to use the word boss. But these women are very busy and they are successful in their own right. And it's something tells me that these ladies do not want to have babies. They are great where they are in life. Ashley just got her doctorate degree. Shout out to Ashley. Labrina is now opening up another location to her spa. Like, Labrina is constantly talks about how busy they are, and now Ashley is saying the same thing. Constantly wanting to put a baby in them, it slows them down. I'm sorry, y'all. I have 2 kids. My kids are grown. It slows them down. I'm 43. My son is 23. My daughter's 20. Like, you think I want to have a baby? I'm not even in the ballpark of having a baby. As a matter of fact, I have clipped and burned my tubes so I can never have a baby in this life again. And going to ensure that by having a not a hysterectomy, but an ablation. I don't want a baby. But I'm not doing anything either. That's another thing, and it's kind of private. I've said that a bunch of times on my other reviews, but I just feel like, no. I love to see women kicking ass in this world. And I love to see women who want to have babies, who want to be mothers. Those are the women who I want to see, not women wanting to have a baby because somebody wants them to have a baby. But these women struggle with having a baby and making things happen, doing things that they really, really, really want to do and enjoy doing. I have my own PTSD. I'm sorry. But something tells me that these ladies do not want to, and Ashley have littles. Like, Ashley literally have 2 littles. And no, you have 9 months, you have to do this, do that, trying to open up a new restaurant, and then you have to go on maternity leave, and then she don't know how this pregnancy is going to turn out. Like, every pregnancy is different. And, you can't put all of this pressure on yourself. The older you get, the difficult your pregnancy becomes. So, I love to see these ladies in their own right. Every last one of these ladies. Like, do y'all shit. Like, pop y'all shit. Do what y'all need. Do what y'all gotta do in this world. Mark y'all shit. Take up space in this world. I am here for it. Even, like, I may not always be the best Chloe fan, but I love to see all of these women pop their shit. This is why I love this show. Every time I meet, and I may not even see Elena, but again, I follow Elena and I see her all the time traveling. Like, I always see these ladies, and every time these ladies are popping their shit. I don't care if it's not the I don't know these ladies like that. But to me, what I see based on TV and based on IG or whatever, these ladies are doing their thing. And kudos to y'all. Like, kudos to y'all. I love to see it. Keep popping y'all shit. Anyway, the ladies realize that Chloe is the bone carrier, and we get a montage of all of the times Chloe has been carrying bones. Labrina says in her confessional how everyone has a story from Chloe and is very disappointing. Ashley is having a couples event, and she said to Labrina she would invite couples only. She says, so if anything is carried, she'll know basically where it comes from. So then we get to Ashley and Ro. They finally meet up, and they basically squash their, come to common ground, squash their differences, and realize that Chloe has been the center of their beef. The bone collector. Okay? So then we get to couples night. Chloe wants to bring the mess. Basically, she said something, and that's what made me realize that. So basically, she want to bring the mess, but she don't want the ladies to let anybody know who their source is. I was like, Chloe, you can't do that. Like, if you woman enough to say it, just like you told the ladies, if I'm woman enough to say, if I said it, I'm gonna say it to their face. Well, guess what? If you're the source, and you should be ready to be outed out. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, because if you came and told me something, it ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go tell her. No, I'm gonna pull her over here. It's gonna be all of us, and we're gonna have a conversation. That's what that is. So Labrina is she's trying to tell Chloe, when you go back and forward and say certain things, but Chloe kind of cuts her off, and she was like, what did I say? So Labrina said, keep asking, what did I say? So Labrina said, she told her about the Precious comment. And so Chloe was like, I didn't say that. And Labrina was like, you said it. And I feel like, again, this Precious comment was a shared effort. Both ladies said it. Manera said, well, I'm pretty sure I said the Precious comment because I couldn't think of the girl's name. And I'm looking at Labrina like, not Labrina, at Manera like, huh? You said it. Why? So then I was thinking like, Manera, are you taking up for your friend? Like, are you taking up for your friend? But then when production goes back, Manera did ask, what was the actress name? She didn't mean anything by it, but she did say what was the actress name. So Chloe, again, Chloe and Labrina, they still arguing. Chloe said, at this point she feels betrayed, and she was like, I'm the glue to this group. And I was like, okay, girl, you the Elmer's glue because no ma'am, okay? And she said, I take up for all of you motherfuckers. Okay, when I tell y'all Chloe pulled the David Ruffin, okay, y'all ain't shit without David Ruffin. I was like, Chloe girl, okay? You sons of a bitches. Like, that's what he said. Like, Chloe said, I'm the glue. Okay? Chloe said, I'm the gorilla glue. Okay? You heard me? So Chloe leaves, her and Jordan leave. They get in a car. She called Ro and she's pissed. She said at the end of the conversation, she was like, I'm just trying to tell everybody what's what. Chloe, with you telling everybody what's what, this is what makes you the bone carrier, sweetheart. Like, La Mama, This what makes you the bone carrier, telling everybody what's what. If said person doesn't have the balls to say it to that woman's face, then it really doesn't matter. It's not your job to say what that other person. It's not. This is a friend group, and I feel like friends should be able to say how they really feel. And sometimes people don't. It's hard. Y'all know Manera said that last week. It's hard for her to voice like her feelings and say what's wrong with her. So of course, if she's not gonna say what's wrong with her, she's not gonna really say maybe how she feels about some things. I don't know. But this episode was good. We're gonna see Elena next week. Okay, because I know y'all been giving my girl a hard time. Okay, my girl been working. She been working and working. I mean, I like all the ladies. I do like Chloe. I just wish Chloe wasn't so messy. Like, you can still be on the show. You just don't have to be so messy. Like, I don't know what it is, but you don't have to be messy. But something tells me that you've been like this for quite a while. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. This is your girl, Kiwan, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.